Okay, we are live. I had troubles making this work. Sorry about that. Has been a long ass day also. A nice day to be honest. I just had to cook. Um, Let me just tweet this. If anyone wants to come, and there. We are all set. Let's go with the intro, shall we?
It is man.
There. I'm trying to set up a stream yard stream so I can get some people around. But StreamYards is not cooperating, and I guess that might try to make StreamYards be the one to. And by the way, my room is a disaster. Oh, let's get a better angle on the camera. There we go. And now I'm blurry as hell. Thank you, camera. Oh, whatever. Today has been a crazy day. I had 2 p.m. I got the news that I had to cook. I was supposed to be doing that at least 11 in the morning, you know? You gotta have time to cook. And quite amusingly, today's stream is all about cooking. It's all about food. I want to just talk about random food that you can eat, you can get. And skip record only. Yeah, I'm creating the StreamYards instance. Let's see. My camera is working here, so let's. No. Okay, seems like the microphone will be a trouble, the camera will be a trouble. Whatever, the microphone should fix. It cannot use the microphone since I'm using it here. Okay, kill the microphone. Okay. Let's do this way. Why are you refusing to cooperate, StreamYards? Why don't you like me? You just don't like me. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that the StreamYards don't like me. Okay, the microphone should be. Let's change the microphone here. And anyway, well, hello everyone. We have been spending a couple of minutes doing stupid shit in StreamYards because I don't know what I'm doing. Which is great because I actually need to understand the software. So But I'm guessing that's unimportant. What is important is to get the audio out. How do I get the audio out? I cannot. That's quite a conundrum. That's quite an issue. Okay. Today I wanted to talk about food in video games, in pop culture in general, and my camera is not cooperating, and my day has not been cooperating, but I will do it anyway, because food is important. Food is the source of life. Food is the source of nourishment and growth in life. So humans are obviously in love with food. We love, absolutely adore food, and that's something quite crazy to think about. Yeah, we cannot get enough. Why? Well, our systems are made so we consume food, we get food, we get nourishment from everywhere. So our brains are wired in a way we actually notice food everywhere we go. We sense the smell, we sense the colors, we sense the heat emanating from something or the cold emanating from something, and that makes us curious. In pop culture, we have been doing some crazy use of that to make people pay attention more. For instance, if you have ever seen what happened with Final Fantasy 15, the game was shit. They had gorgeous, gorgeous food renderings. Why? Crazy, crazy people. No, actually, it was because they wanted people to pay attention. They wanted people to be in love with the food. A Coop ramen company actually paid them to get the original Japanese cup noodle on screen. That makes people want to eat that. The renders were beautiful. The game was shit. That game was shit. So yeah, all I want is a game that can do that again, but with a good gameplay, you know? We are getting into the PS5, we are getting into a new era of video games, and maybe we can get some decent, and I mean really decent, video game food. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy, you know? Anyways, StreamYards is not cooperating with me whatsoever. Sorry. I wanted to get people here. I tried to do it later or get a way to fix this. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of stupid how this is working right now. I should be. The issue is that I cannot send the audio to StreamYards because it's getting my microphone audio. Let I should be making sound on both ends, right? If it is working. Okay, how about now? If this is working, please tell me and I'll just share the link because I want people here. So please tell me in the chat. And yes, I know this is a lot of bullshit just to get something done, but it is what it is now. let me share the link with someone. There you go. That's better. And I should be able to send to some people this link, like Eric O'Sullivan. Please, dude, if you're there, welcome here. And I'll be sending this to that 70s rock fan because, you know, he's amazing. So, again, Gmail. And there you go. Now, let's see if I get... let me send this to that 70s rock fan. And let's see if he gets the link. That's all I want to see, if he gets the link. Okay. Mavis Bacon looks good to me. Oh, thank you very much. That's amazing to hear. Okay, if you can see the stream, and let's see if the camera... okay, yes, that is the one that I need to use. And the camera, can you please... God damn it. Oh yeah, StreamYard is not cooperating with me today, so whatever. Let's see, I'll be going without camera, but I can do something better since I'm in full control and there's no one yet here. I can take this here, I can take this here, and I can launch a game just to play around, you know. Let's see what I can play today. Okay, Pac-Man is not cooperating. Please, Pac-Man, be nice. Pac-Man is being nice now. Yes. Pac-Man is being nice now. I'm not sure if I'm doing a lot of echo on... Yeah, today was supposed to be a chill stream without any issue, you know? But then again, life is supposed to be a chill stream with any issue. I need sound coming out of my headphones. As I said, I was cooking. I was doing fried fish for my family. But I noticed that I had to cook at 2 p.m. So it was a crazy time. I actually had to go ahead and try to fix something quick. It came really nice, you know? Lentils, rice, fish, it's all you want. And this game is appropriate to today because we are talking about food. Yes, we are talking all about food. And I want to ask the chat. This is a question for the chat. What is your favorite movie food? Movie... I don't know. If you like, let's say, the magical pier on Star Wars Attack of the Clones, that counts. That works. If you like the replicator's food, or the food, the piece of bread that was sliced with auto-heating knife in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. All these foods are worth entertainment. But my favorite food from all entertainment and from all pop culture gotta be ramen. Gotta be ramen. I know I love a pizza from the Ninja Turtles. I really do. It is not my favorite. It doesn't hold a candle to to a good ramen, a good thick soup, full of flavors, full of awesomeness. Okay. I'm trying to get away. And the crocodile is far enough. I missed that one. And I'm likely... Yeah, I lost it. Anyway, that was a bonus round, so... By the way, this game is from my childhood, man. This is a really old game. And I'm sad to say it is not on Steam, it is not on Google Games, it is not in Origin or any other service. You only can get it if you have the original CD and you do some stupid shenanigans. If we had Star Trek replicators, I'd be fastest person ever. Yeah, I will engorge myself in food, to be honest. But then the science on Star Trek will let you eat whatever you want and don't get fat, because they have a solution for every kind of problem like that. Marvis Beacon says pineapple fried rice or pad thai all day, every day. Pad thai every day. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, no, I need something more pungent. Because if you are going to have pad thai every single day, you will get tired of the flavors rather quickly. There's a lot of flavors to unpack in pad thai. But something without peanut. That is... Okay. Maybe, and yes, I know this is going to be a bit too heavy for some people. Maybe, just maybe, bread pudding. And something with oranges. That will make life tolerable. Yeah, I will eat something a lot. I have tried to eat the same stupid thing for a long time. I did that with pizza, I did that with meat. You get tired. Trust me, you'll get tired of some food. Especially fatty food and sweet food. That joke that women can eat endless chocolate, yeah, is not true. There's no one that can eat endless chocolate without dying from trouble with the liver. Hey, okay. Let me just a second. Can you please cooperate, or I will have to quit? Because Eric O'Sullivan is in the background. Yes, I see you, hermano. There you are.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Pablo.
Sup, man? And I'm getting you in the screen.
Speaking of chocolate ice cream.
Yes.
Man,
I envy you. I really envy you.
This is diet ice cream, and it's not bad.
Okay, for it to be diet ice cream and not be bad, that's an accomplishment. Most diet...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, most diet things taste like cardboard and broken dreams.
You're correct there. This has real sugar and no artificial sweeteners, which makes it really delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 300 calories for the entire pint. So it's a guilty pleasure.
Man, I used to count calories, okay? I
Mm-hmm.
really tried to be healthy for a while, but then life's. It is what it is, you know? You get a bunch of work, you need to do things quickly, and you end up fat. Really, really fat.
Oh, if yeah, I was. I lost 60 pounds since last year. How many kilos is that?
You say 60.
Yeah, about 60. Yeah, six
Yeah,
zero.
60. Okay, that will be almost uh 25 kilos.
That sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm right now. I'm overweight with 12 kilos.
Mm.
It is a lot. I have my belly, you know. I have a lot of fat on everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but I can move quickly. I can do everything that I need to do daily, and it doesn't give me any trouble climbing trees or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it doesn't bother me as much. It looks not so good, but then
Mm-hmm.
again, I have enough of muscle mass to compensate.
Yeah, I've been buying smaller clothes, and that's, I can eat anything I want to. That's the trick. It's just about counting the calories and making sure that I'm not exceeding, say, 2,000 calories a day. And it sounds drastic because I should be eating about 3,000 calories a day. And that's no gain of weight because I expend on a work day about 4,200. Thank you, Fitbit. Data.
Well, China knows when you poop and when you sleep, but then again, you know how much you weigh,
Good.
so
Hmm.
no, man. Yeah, I on college, I used to be way slimmer and way stronger because you know you got on biology you have to go to the field, you have to taste what's going on, you have to
Hmm.
climb here, move that, recollect samples from this, chase that animal. You get easily 10 to 12 hours of exercise in a day.
Yeah, you
So
expend a lot of energy
yeah,
and you expend a lot of calories.
exactly. And I
Hmm.
used to be bulkier in muscle,
Hmm.
but quite. I was not fit. I still had some fat.
Hmm.
I could do whatever I wanted, and I had a lot of resistance on my muscles. I used to walk 8 hours a day
Hmm.
to be comfortable on the field because if I didn't did that, going one day to yeah, the Pikachu's crazy.
Got a mind of his own.
Yep.
You behave. Yeah, I influence him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh man. So how are you doing today?
Oh, right. I today I was cooking. I had
Uh-huh.
okay. My mom tells me at 2 p.m. This was supposed to be live at 3 p.m. She tells me at 2 p.m. I'm going out.
Hmm.
There's a few things prepped, but there's nothing cooked. There's fish that's ready to be cooked. There's lentils to be seasoned, and there's rice.
Hmm.
Yeah. So obviously, the quicker way to make fish is to fry it. I got some onion granules, some garlic powder into flour with some
Hmm.
salt, some pepper. The fish there, then egg, then some breadcrumbs, and right to the oil.
That sounds nice.
Yes.
What kind of fish?
Uh, Albacora, I'm not sure the.
Oh, tuna.
No, near like tuna, but a little bit more soft.
Okay.
Yeah, so once it's cooked, it will be completely fried, and you will have the meat that will melt in your mouth.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's why I love albacora. But tuna works. Tuna is meatier, gamier.
Hmm.
I love it. Um, I guess we have trout
Okay.
for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know why we are having so much fish. I guess one of my aunts gifted that to us. I'm not sure, but I have always loved the feeling of you cook the whole trout, you fry the whole trout, and you can see
Hmm.
the whole fish in the plate. That sensation
Yes.
of seeing it open with the head, with the tail, everything. It looks gorgeous. It makes you so hungry, man.
Hmm.
So hungry. It's as I was saying before. There's something in food that
Hmm.
is universal. You see a good piece of meat, you get hungry. You see a good bread coming out of the oven, you feel the smell, the shine on a good piece of bread
Hmm.
makes you hungry. And in video games and in pop culture in general, that is amazingly important. That is, I will say, almost the absolute most important thing in the whole process, because you can have something that tastes good, you can have something that smells good, but if
Hmm.
you don't have both, you won't have someone to taste and say it tastes good.
I like making pizza, and one thing I like to do, I have two flatmates, and if one of them's home, I offer a slice. I mean, I make a pizza that's usually about 12-inch diameter, and I cut it into six slices,
Okay.
and I can eat three slices as a meal, for lunch or supper. And that's not that bad. It's about 150 calories a slice or so, maybe 200. That's a 600-calorie meal. That's fine. And
Yeah.
yeah, but it's the best thing is to share it and be like, oh, wow, this is good.
Yes.
Love that. It's just good feeling to share the good feeling.
Yeah, I know completely what you mean, man. Having people. I used to live in a place called Calderon. It is
Hmm.
a small portion near Quito, but it is not properly Quito. You have the slums, a place that we used to call Mordor, because,
Mordor.
yeah, you go to La Bota, it's a place called La Bota. You go to La Bota, and you'll get robbed. It's, it's guaranteed. You'll get out of there without your wallet, without shoes,
Oh, geez.
without something. So, the joke is that you go from Rohan, that is the final part of Quito, to Mordor. Yeah, I lived beyond Mordor.
Beyond Mordor. Is that the Black Mountains? I don't know my Middle Earth as well as I should. Yet, um, I watch the movies now every Thanksgiving.
Nice.
All three of them. I started this year. It was like I was having Thanksgiving alone because of the pandemic, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch all these movies, and I did. And I started at 10 a.m. and it finishes at 10 p.m. And it does take all day, all three
Yes.
extended cuts, and it's wonderful. And the music is wonderful. I love the credits. I love the score. And it's part of the movie. And
Yes.
what a great experience. And I'm kind of tired of Sam and Frodo by the end of this movie, and but everyone else I kind of enjoy because I grew up with Star Wars. I was 5 years old in
Yes.
1977, and so I grew up in a city, so it was like the Death Star,
Oh,
and so
nice.
I grew up the furthest thing away from the Shire, as in like the suburbs where there's plenty of woods and trees and yards. I grew up in the projects, and it was tenement buildings and bricks.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that feeling. I get that weird sensation that you are not caught. You are by the way, that 70s rock fan is around. Let's see. He
Hello.
hasn't jumped. I sent you the link, man. If you're there, please jump in.
Come on in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix the camera issue
Hmm.
because it's not properly. Okay, this is the thing. I'm using the camera for OBS, and I tried to do to make as okay. There's my camera, right?
Hey there.
Sup,
Hey,
man?
guapo. ¿Qué
Yeah.
perro, guapo? Jaja.
Órale.
Órale, home. ¿Qué tal que sabe qué onda? Ponme al día, mi amigo.
Ah, ¿qué te diré? Ya sabes, día cansado.
Ah, también trabajo todo el día. Ay, ay, ay. I have a good accent.
Yeah, you speak great Spanish, man.
I have a lot of words. No entiendo bien, más y menos. You know, yo tengo oídos pobres. Soy un viejo. Y también el pelón.
Ok,
Yeah.
debo admitir que el pelón no me lo esperaba. Y aquí viene That 70s Rock Band.
Hey, Eric, Pablo, how are you guys?
Oh,
You've got my
hermano.
hairstyle, Eric.
Ponme al día.
You've got my hairstyle, Eric.
Sweet.
That's my hairstyle.
Very nice. Happy Saturday.
Hola, compadres. I'm learning
Órale.
Spanish from watching a bunch of Spanish television shows these days. So
Oh, you should try Dragon Ball Z in
Yes.
Espanol. It's
I've heard of it.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they
My
keep all
wife's
the
getting
dirty
into-
parts.
I like the dirty parts the best. My wife's getting into the telenovas, so she likes the telenovas, Telemundo stuff, Falsa Identidad, and
great.
stuff like that. She loves it.
Yeah.
She likes
There's
it
always
because
a
it's
guy with a mustache and a big
That's
cowboy hat.
Yes.
And he's got a
That's
big ass
right.
belt buckle, and he's like
Yeah,
a
that's-
Papi Chulo. He's like the guy of the house, and he
Yeah.
runs shit, and like he's got a bunch of daughters.
Yeah, and what I like about they always have a menacing villain like a narco guy or something, and he's forever threatening people, but he never quite gets round to finishing them off because they need them for more episodes. So they'll have the confrontation and the guns are out, but nobody gets killed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all about posturing. It's all
That's right.
Okay,
great.
I'll
I'm going to see if
recommend
I
you
get my webcam.
I'll
I'm going to see if I
recommend
can
you-
get my web.
both an anime that is exactly like a telenovela. It's a great anime if you want to watch something that is a telenovela. Caballeros del
Is it-
Zodiaco, Saint Seiya, or Knights of the Zodiac. It is on
Knights of the
Netflix.
Zodiac.
Yeah, it is on Netflix. You can get the whole thing without censor because on the US they make a version that is like 12 episodes long and has everything cut.
Hmm.
All the
that-
violence, and the original anime is hundreds of episodes long, and is bloody, and it's a fucking telenovela. I tell you.
Oh, I
The-
love that though. I mean, it's fun because it's escapism.
Yes,
Yeah, it's melodrama.
Yeah.
exactly.
So that was sorry, Pablo. What was that one called?
Saint Sinner?
Saint
Was that it, or-
Saint Seiya. It's written SAY.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just writing
it's-
that down.
It's salt but gold, man. It's
Oro.
It's a bit like me then.
Yes.
It's a bit like me. Old but gold.
El Vida Oro.
I'm trying to get my camera to work, but not that you guys need to see my balding. Oh no, I can't get it to work. You lucky bastards! It won't work. Yeah, you have to do it with my avatar. So
Okay.
I'm still
Uh,
playing with it. I might get it to work. I don't normally use. I'm trying to get a decent camera so I can do this properly. You know, this stuff. So,
I hear
Yes.
ya. I want to get
Yeah.
a microphone, to be honest. Well, I need to start with a new laptop. I love my laptop, but she's wicked old, and so I need a whole new core system. Yeah, and get a
Yeah.
I
microphone
get.
and get a decent camera, or at least the one that, like, everyone has. That, I don't like the whole blurred thing in the background. I like the whole, like, crispness thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to have a. I mean, I'm not living in the right environment right now for a real proper little studio. I don't want the green screen background. I want to have a nice little corner with stuff behind me, like you've got there, Eric, or Pablo. You've got.
Thank you. Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
room. That's his room too. I can, you know what I mean. This is just my natural habitat. A bear
Yeah.
and a Studebaker.
That's
Waka
right.
waka.
Just see why I can't get this damn webcam to work. And I've been asking Pablo for advice on
Yeah.
equipment. You know.
I keep saying if you want to go at the level of Nerdrotic, and I really think his webcam is the right webcam to YouTube.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
Brio. Yeah. Yeah.
is the Logitech Brio. Here
Yeah.
in Ecuador, it's actually cheaper than in the United States. If you go to the United States, you get it for $270. Here
Okay,
is
that's good.
$234 for some reason. It's the only item that is cheaper here than in the US, and I have no idea why. But
Oh, upside down. Hang on. Maybe that's a better view. Upside
you're
down.
Batman. I knew
Yeah.
it.
As long as I'm not Robert Pattinson Batman, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Mm.
Hang on, we'll try that again. It might be a long distance view. Oh, there we go. Hockey
Hey,
corner.
Manowar is here, man. Welcome, Sir.
Hey, man, I worry.
Hey, dudes.
Hello.
Yeah, it's like it's only the second time I've ever shown my actual. Not because I'm shy, just because who wants to see me? You know.
Haha. Are you a Canadians fan? A Montreal Canadiens fan?
No, I'm a Dallas Stars fan with a bit of Red Wings on the side. Hang on.
I was trying to identify some of your hockey.
So the
90.
big poster is John Klingberg, Stars defender, signed by him. That's a big.
Okay.
Yeah, he signed that and gave it to me, which was handy, which was nice.
That's
Nice.
nice.
Just gave it to me because I was such a good
Yeah.
fan. But I've been to a lot of Red Wings games too, so I've got some Red Wings gear there. This is just one little corner of the man cave.
I'm in Boston. I'm of Boston, from Boston, and I have
Yeah,
the
I think
most
you mentioned that once we were.
the most
Yeah.
contraband hockey jersey you can own in the city
Oh, Bobby
limits.
Orr.
But it's a Blackhawks
that-
jersey.
Ooh,
You remember
rarity.
he played for the Blackhawks for 3 seasons of his final
Yeah.
3 seasons, and he only suited up less than 30 times. His knees were that bad.
Yeah, and he was still probably better than everyone else on the ice.
Oh man! Well, they could catch him then. That was like 76
Yeah.
to 78.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only hockey could be played on sand or, on gravel.
You can play street hockey. You could play street hockey. Yeah, with
You have
on
soccer.
the tarmac.
Soccer and hockey are
Oh,
very much.
Soccer.
Cousins.
Street
Yeah.
hockey. Street hockey is on the tarmac with your hockey stick with a ball.
I haven't seen a street hockey being played here ever, and I mean ever. Football, soccer, we play it everywhere we can. I don't
Yeah.
because, okay, there's a little confession. I'm not a fan of sports ball,
Mhm.
and there's a
Sports
reason for
ball,
that.
Indeed.
That's a good reason for that. I entered
Adjusting as we go here.
my grandparents' home one day. That's great, man.
No, I can't get it to.
Okay, no, that's a difficult angle to watch.
Simpsons shorts. No, that doesn't work.
Yes.
Forget it.
This is actually
Yeah.
a quality. This is good because I read a book a long time ago, and I just bought it again recently. And it's a wonderful book if you like movies. The director Robert Rodriguez, and it's called
Oh
Rebel
yeah.
Without a Crew. And in it, he has his diary of how he made El Mariachi, and but he's always talking about um, setting up the camera, and he's got all these because he did everything himself. So he was his own cameraman, and and he was talking about Hitchcock, and especially the notorious scene from Psycho, the shower scene. And there were
Yeah.
about like I think literally 57 different setups of the camera that he took that day, and so it's good to mind your blocking, like when it comes to
Yeah.
your camera. Like I have like little pieces, literally little pieces of tape on my desk where I put my tripod, so I can get a consistent shot. You know.
I
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a proper desk to broadcast from though. I mean, I'm in such a small man cave. I don't have room for a desk or a
Hmm.
proper little setup.
I
I got
bought
a
a tripod for my camera that I was using before. The classical tripod for cell phone,
Oh yeah.
but the screw works for most webcams. If
nice.
if you
Okay.
get one of these stands for a cell phone, it works with almost every webcam that has threaded holes to support.
Yeah.
But then I was using a pop filter with my first microphone, and since I'm using, the pop filter that comes with this one, I decided to modify. It was one of those that comes with the thingy that bends, and the pop filter like this one.
Oh yeah.
This one. This was the pop filter, and has this arm that bends. That one
Mm.
I filed the screw so it fits in the camera hole, and I'm using that because I can actually bend it and change the angle and the position and everything just by,
Hmm.
and it stays. It just stays. You get it to the position, it stays.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a secret that I found out. And another secret, if you want to be secure about what you are doing all day, and you want just the camera to be on when you are working or whatever, there's these USB hubs that have a switch in them for each individual USB port. You get one of those connected to a USB 3 port because you will be using the camera and the microphone in the same line.
See,
Then
this is all very complicated. No, I'm
yeah,
just-
Very complicated. I shoot
Can
on
I
I
guess
use an iPhone, and I'm like it looks like I'm fingering. I'm like no, I'm trying to find the chat. I'm like a Luddite. I'm so clueless when it comes to the chat with it. So here you got your YouTube chat, then you got your stream
yes.
chat, and it's like oh my god,
No,
help!
my
I
reasoning
just want to talk to my friends.
Yeah, and you
for the Switch is quite different. You set up the Switch in the port, and you have enough energy so you don't get any trouble with your camera, with your microphone. That's the only thing that you don't want. Then
Mm.
when you are out, you go out of there or whatever. You just press the switches. Camera is off, microphone is off. There's no way to hack them because they are physically disconnected from your PC.
Yeah, and have you got a video capture card as well, though, or are you just using your graphics card to do that work?
I had a game capture device, the Elgato, the original Elgato.
Yeah, because I was looking at those. Yeah.
Yes, I will recommend you Elgato HD60 or
Yeah, that's one I'm
HD60S.
looking at. Yeah,
Those two
I'm looking at
are
that one.
yeah. I want one, but the only issue that I found with the new Elgatos is that they don't register the PS3 signal. The earlier version had a super video. It should be around here, I guess. No.
Yeah,
Anyway,
for
I
me,
have tons of
yeah,
useless equipment around.
I don't think I'd particularly be interested in gaming streaming. I'm just more interested in this kind of streaming, you know. So
Yeah.
so it just this has to work with the PC. Yeah,
This port
I'm gonna try this again.
is the
Hang
only
on.
one that you can
Oh,
properly
nearly there.
use. That's way better.
No, you're still not getting the.
Yeah, but we are not seeing your dinghy. I will say that's an improvement.
You didn't see it in the first place. It's shorts. Simpsons shorts. It's very hot here in British Columbia, you know. We're having hot weather right now. Everyone thinks Canada's cold. It's not that cold. Not here anyway. We get the most sunshine in Canada in this town.
Oh, my
Sorry
city
about
is
this.
all over the place, man.
Your province is not under martial law yet, is it?
No, not yet. Not like
Oh,
Ontario.
sweet
Jeez,
Jesus.
they've gone full.
Let's pray for
Show
them.
me your papers, eh? Show me your papers.
Yeah, it's a police state now.
Just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
and
we're
they-
not that far. We're bad, but not that bad. Not yet.
And while they have the authority, I hope they start enforcing the pronouns.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
That's
when
a
you
joke,
well, we've got
everyone.
you.
There's a joke about Jordan
They
Peterson
should be
fans.
saying,
everyone.
"Well, we've got you. While we've got you for the COVID stop, we should be asking you some other questions."
What is your quest?
I think, yeah, talk about that stuff enough. So it's looking for some relief from it. You know, it's
Yeah.
Are you
crazy.
Are you sick of all 7 Canadian hockey teams playing each other all the time? Because I kind of am.
Well, I'm as I say, I'm a Dallas Stars fan for my sins.
But at least we get to
And
play each other.
I think we played, yeah, but we're playing the same teams all the time too. So
Mm.
it was like we played the Florida Panthers for about the 8th time the other day, and I said, for God's sake, these guys again. I know those players better than I do our own players. You know, I know everything about them. It's just so boring. It's the same thing. And the Stars are crap, of course. So that doesn't.
You know what's crap too? Sports food.
Sports food?
Yes.
Food, food at the arena.
Yes.
How's arena food like where you are, Pubs?
Well, I mean, now I'm back in Canada, but when I lived in Dallas, the food in the arena wasn't that bad actually.
Mm.
Although it wasn't cheap, I'll say that. It was, but the American Airlines Center in Dallas is an excellent arena. They had some really good food stands. There was a lot of Mexican food, a lot of barbecue. You know, there were some nice local suppliers in there. So some of it was good. There was local beers if you wanted, but
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
some arenas I've been
good.
to, and I have been to a lot, are pretty crap.
Pablo,
Hot dogs.
Pablo, what's the kind of like arena, like, you know, either for like rock, like, you know, concert or like
Okay,
or like,
we
you know,
are
your football team.
we are a bunch of weirdos. First of all, most of the food you will get in the venues is street food from traditional food here. You will get corn that is boiled to a point where it pops. That's called mote. Mote con with fried pork that is called fritada. Or you will get just fries with a random hot dog that you don't know if it is from a real dog or not.
It's from a real dog, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's like Demolition Man.
Exactly.
What, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
What the hell?
yeah, that was.
It's okay.
And
Yeah.
everything you get, also chochos con tostado. Chochos is a grain that tastes really good. It's a white grain that tastes amazing, and you'll have the dried corn, you kind of fry it with onion, with a bunch of stuff, and it becomes dry and tasty.
Mhm.
And that
Kinda
with a
crispy.
bunch of onion, with a bunch of lemon, it's amazing. And everything with a amazing amount of hot sauce.
Mhm.
If you go to a venue, you ask for ají. You go, señor el ají. They get you a plate full of hot sauce, and I'm an asshole, so normally it is over when I get up. But it's supposed to last for a long time because not everybody eats hot sauce like it's water,
Like-
you know.
Hey, Keely Chow, thanks for dropping by. We're
Hey,
talking
man.
food.
Healy's there.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, it's arena food, and I've been to so many hockey arenas, football, soccer grounds, baseball grounds, and some of them have just been awful. It's that hot dog, that kind of Simpsons hot dog, Apu hot dog. Not to mention a controversial topic, the Apu hot dog that's been sitting there for,
That one
A
there
year.
just to show. I
and it's
know.
mutated into a xenomorph of hot
Yes.
dogs.
Oh man, I
And you
remember.
pay $12 for it, and it's like a piece
Okay.
of stale bread. And
Do venue food gets you ill as it does in Ecuador?
Does what?
Because you eat something in the stadium or in a concert or whatever, and you'll go ill.
Oh, okay.
theoretically, yes, but I've got a cast iron stomach, so I'm
Oh.
Scottish. I can eat anything.
The only thing I got Indian food makes me a little, next day
Yeah.
not feeling too well because we have notorious bad kitchens in my neighborhood. When
Ooh,
it
that
comes to
70s
that
rock
cuisine.
fan can obliterate Indian food. He grow with haggis.
Oh, I love it. Oh no, it's my favorite. Yeah, we have authentic Indian food in Scotland. Not
Nice.
just authentic, but yeah, it's Britain. In Britain, I mean, not that I live in Britain now. I live in a little town in BC, and there's very little Indian food. But in Britain, Indian food is number one these days.
Yeah.
And I've been
Yes.
to some fabulous Indian restaurants, and I love that stuff.
I heard curry
But
in a
yes,
hurry.
you can
That's
get
like
a little
very
bit of a
strange-
burn on the way out, perhaps. But
Curry is a weird one because you can see it as an staple on Indian food, but then again, since the British colonized the Indias, they took that and made it something proper from the UK and now from Japan. Japan got the curry from the Englishmen that went there. So yeah, it is not
Really?
yeah,
directly from the India. Is
that's right. If the British Empire was good for one thing, it was spreading other people's cuisine around
Yes.
the world.
True.
okay. The English had some really good plates, but not a lot. Only fish and chips.
Fish and chips. But see, a good fish and chips is great.
Here's
Yes,
here's
it's
a
really good.
here's a bona
Boston's
fide.
got good fish and chips.
Did you know that the preferred food like substance to eat on the astronauts on the ISS, the International Space Station, is a tortilla? Because of surface tension, the food will stick to the tortilla.
Nice.
Right,
Yeah, isn't it science? But isn't that
Yeah.
great? Tortillas are like
Well-
the number one like food item in space right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
that-
nice. That's a nice name for a Mexican restaurant. Space tortilla.
Space
tortilla it
tortilla.
Quick, I'm just going to
Tortilla
patent.
de estrellas.
I'm just going to patent that one right now. I'm going to get the patent on that.
Yeah.
No, trust me. Let's make it even crazier. You can get with guacamole. You can get guacamole
Ooh.
made with THC and CBD. That's the space part of the space tortillas.
Mm.
Space tortilla. Yes, it's
you've
mole from
touched-
Oaxaca. Oaxaca mole.
How long before they start a space food truck then?
Yes.
Space food truck.
It's gonna be
Going
it
around
might be
the-
a shuttle.
We're getting
That
ready
would be a
with,
great business opportunity.
maybe in the future there won't be replicators, but you will have
Mhm.
the space tortilla.
You will, and it will actually exist. They could launch it into the vacuum towards the customer, and it'll be fine. Nothing can harm it.
I just
Well, let's
imagine the captain on the ship opening the window in the cockpit.
That's right.
Señor, póngase.
Yeah.
And
in
you
fact,
get
the solar radiation on the way across will finish the cooking process.
no, you get a lady with the whole Mexican attire, but with a helmet,
Mhm.
floating and getting the cest with a bunch of tortillas, some frijoles. Tenga, señor, in
Yeah,
the middle of
that's right, yeah.
space.
The full space truck experience. That's what I'm thinking. This space. Well, in fact, they must have had this in Space Truckers or other movies like this. It must have been something like that. I'm sure it can't be Brett. We can't be the first people that thought of this.
If we are not, we gotta do it.
I was
But
just
yeah, this is
thinking of, you said Space Trucker, I thought of Alien, and so there's the dinner scene,
Yes.
and
Oh
then
yeah,
there's
yeah,
and then there's John Hurt, and he's eating salad.
yeah.
I was so scared of salad when I was a kid because I saw that when I was a kid.
Yeah, and
I was 8
if
years
ever there was a
old.
scene that made you not want to sit at a dinner table again, it would be that scene.
No,
It's
if
a
there's a
salad,
scene
yeah.
that makes you don't want to sit ever again in any restaurant of any kind, is Demolition Man.
Mhm. What,
When
the Taco Bell?
he's eating at Taco Bell, and Taco Bell is the fanciest place
That's
alive.
right.
You're
I'm
Taco
glad
Bell.
you said Taco Bell because in some places it's Pizza Hut. And
Yes.
because depending on like the edit, it's like I heard it like the Canadian
No,
version.
here it
perhaps.
was Pizza
Yeah,
Hut
they-
and Taco Bell at the
That's
same
right.
time. So you will get the salsa fries with your pizza. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Then they broke up.
Yeah, but that's a good point, Eric. Because the original, when I saw the movie at the cinema, and that was when
Mhm.
I still lived in the UK, it was Taco Bell.
Mhm.
I saw a version of it on TV recently, and it was Pizza Hut.
Mhm,
It wasn't Taco Bell. I thought, what's going on here? This is.
mhm. Yeah, you remember that
I'm
correctly.
sure that was Taco Bell. Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Nick
different-
Weiser is in the chat. Hello, man.
Hey,
Nick,
Nick.
woohoo.
How
Quick,
are
shut the
you
stream down.
today?
No, shut
Hey,
the stream
Nick,
down.
if you want to pop in, tell me and I'll send you the link. But yeah, there's some scene.
No.
I was thinking about street food scenes in science fiction. Maybe not in science fiction, but in Airplane, there's the scene where they are getting ready to fly, and there's the guy selling stuff through the window to the captain. Yeah. So that, but in space, will be the shit.
It
Or
would, yeah.
Blade Runner. Remember Blade Runner? And Deckard sits
Uh-huh.
down to eat, and then what's his face? Edward James Olmos.
Edward James almost taps him on the shoulder. Yeah.
Yes.
He's trying to eat. No,
Yeah,
I want. He's like, oh, and then there's Fifth Element where they just pulled right up to his window in Act One. Remember, he like
That's right.
the ship comes right up to his window, his flat window.
Yes.
I feel we've got a whole live stream here, if you think about it. We could do a special live stream on fast food in space or fast food in movies, science fiction movies. There's an idea.
That was kind of the idea of this episode. Actually, is the Foot
What a
Clan.
bum.
Oh, right.
Talking about the
Yeah.
Foot Clan, but,
Right, yeah.
and it's because I was thinking, what's the most overused piece of food in the whole entertainment industry? And at one
Bread.
point, I was just thinking in my head, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, it is pizza. It's gotta be pizza. It's
Penicillin pizza. Oh,
You know what really annoys me about movies and TV? Nobody ever finishes a meal.
yes.
mhm.
Nobody. In fact, sometimes they don't even eat. They don't even
That's-
touch the food.
That's because the actor, if they're eating it, has to eat it again for every take. Yeah, so it's better to just like play with your food and just and do your lines.
Yeah, but it's kinda. If you go to see a porno and they don't finish, you feel like it's worthless, you know? Then
Yeah,
you see
but
someone eating the
You're
best
dating
meal.
yourself. Who goes to see a porno now?
You know, it's a very good question.
Yeah.
I
Who goes
mean,
now? Hang on.
No,
in the days of COVID,
there's a porn theater still open in Ecuador.
that's great.
Oh yeah.
It
yeah.
has been open for the
It's
last
scary.
60 years.
Yeah, and there's one guy who's been in there every day.
Hey, the cameraman, yeah.
The camera, yeah, that
The
cameraman was.
cameraman knows who you are.
It's,
You with poor
the cameraman's
internet
probably.
who doesn't know what the hub is. Ooh.
The cameraman must be sick of porn. That's for sure. That's.
Oh, he's over it.
But he's in the day now. He's got
Yes.
Everyone's got cell phones. He's photographing all the customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
I-
number one bugbear: people don't finish their meals. Number two bugbear movies is nobody ever says goodbye when they put the phone down.
Yes.
They'll take a phone call, and then they don't say bye, see you later. They just it's gone.
That has always bugged me because there's this awkwardness when you are calling someone and you want to say, "Okay, I'm hanging out. I'm going away," and you're like, "What do I say?" Because you don't want to break the conversation, but you really have to go. In movies, there's never that. They are always like, hang out.
No one ever says goodbye.
Oh.
They never say goodbye. They just hang up.
Yeah, that
It's rude. It's rude. It annoys me.
It.
Why didn't you say goodbye?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I'm
think
sure we
of,
have other
like-
bugbears in movies. But
Sometimes
trying to
they
think
end
of-
with "I love you," but that "I love you" is not something that you will say at a conversation at that point.
I'm just phoning to tell you your brother's died and I love you.
Yes.
Bye. But they don't say goodbye, they just put the phone down. Your brother was killed by a xenomorph and then they put the phone down.
Well,
It's Nick joining us. See, Nick's got to join us now.
yeah. He said
Well, he's
that
doing
he will be
housework.
joining later, so I will
Yeah, he's-
keep checking.
See, my cover's blown because I had convinced Nick that I was a heavy metal, long-haired, big beard, and now he's seen that I've got no hair.
That's okay. You can be bald and rock like
Just
Rob
to show
Halford,
you
man.
the kind of
Okay.
heavy metal guy that I am. I don't know if you can see the coat.
Hang on.
I can see the long coat, a long black coat.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. That's the one I use
you-
for concerts.
Oh,
That's your
okay.
satanic coat.
I'm gonna
Yes.
say, maybe you played
No,
the Undertaker.
I have been called satanic by old ladies a lot. And I mean a
Yeah.
lot.
And they should know.
Their language is limited then.
Mm.
No, the weirdest thing that I have ever experienced, I was with my full attire, spikes, chains, and I was fixing my boot. And an old lady came by, insulted me, told me that I was going to hell. Then she properly, I don't know how this is called in English, but here is
So she
something
did the
blessing,
Stations
yeah.
of the Cross. Yeah.
Yeah.
The blessing. A blessing.
Yeah, Stations of the Cross, whatever they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, and she just held
Padre, Filio,
her back
Spiritus
like I
Sanctum.
was going to assault her. By the way, I was bootless at that moment. If I wanted to run, I will have to put my boot, tie it up. So stealing something is not something that you can do without a boot.
I think she was actually attracted to you. This was her way of chatting you up.
It was like a 60-year-old, so if she was,
Be careful now. My wife is over
Hey.
60. Be careful what you say next.
okay.
Hey, mami, no tengo pulgas malas. Chocolate aquí. Woo, baby. There you
I
go.
think she had the hots for you, Pablo, quite
Yeah.
frankly.
No, I guess she was really terrified of a metalhead fixing his boot in the middle of a street. I was like, what
Yeah,
the fuck is this?
I know. You were just minding your own business.
Yes.
Judgmental old people. They got
Yes.
I think my father used to
That's
think I was the son of
universal.
Satan because I liked rock music because he was not from that generation. So he thought it was the devil's spawn as well.
Ooh,
that's good.
yeah. My family is quite Catholic. They don't really know
Mm.
me and my cousin. We are a bunch of crazy metalheads, and this is something that actually happened here in Ecuador. Cradle of Field was supposed to play.
Mhm.
At the last moment, they said, "No, we are not going to play. We are leaving now. We are getting back into the plane." It was an hour before the concert. Everyone was around the venue, ready to rock.
Mhm.
Some people got stadium level speakers at home that night. There was cars burned in the streets. People stole every piece of scenery, every piece of electronics in the whole stadium. They took everything they could. It was
Mhm.
amazing to watch. I have never seen so many metalheads pissed off. I normally see metalheads and they are not pissed off. They are, chill out, drinking, smoking weed, hearing music. They are. But seeing them in a rage, burning the stadium down, was quite a sight to behold, and I
It's
loved.
quite, sounds
Sometimes
very
people just want to
progressive,
watch the world burn.
Yes. You
but
know,
Sorry, Eric.
masturbation.
I interrupted you, Eric. Sorry, I've got a bad habit of that.
Oh, that's okay.
No, it's not.
is the
It's not
internet.
okay.
We don't know when
Be
someone.
hard on me. Don't let me off. Don't let me off.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
say,
it's not
have
like
a
movie dialogue. Movies, like they like people, like you were saying, people never say goodbye on the phone.
Yes.
But also, movies just you have lines. It's not talking, which people sometimes overlap. And yeah, c'est la vie, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah.
D'accord.
And I've got a delay in my brain because I'm old, so it takes half a second longer for everything to get to the frontal lobe. So
Well, your delay is not as hard as my delay on wit, so.
no, and Pablo, I still don't know how you managed to. You could hold every conversation down in English. It's incredible. You know, you're doing all these talking to people with different accents like
Yes.
us in English, and yet you're right there.
Okay, here's the
a
trick.
skill.
Here's the trick. When I was a kid, I had only the VHS tapes that my grandfather had. And you had the first movie that I actually sit down and fully watch with my grandfather was Superman, the original Superman from
Superman
Reeves.
3?
Yeah.
3.
I love that one. That's terrible. I love it. He embezzled all the quarter cents, and then you have Robert Mitchum. You have to be a complete idiot, and then he just shows up in a Ferrari because he is a complete idiot. I just thought that was the funniest sequence.
Oh, old movies had hilarious moments that you don't see right now.
Singapore sling.
I had all those movies at my hand, but there was only one catch. All of those movies were on English. And I was a small kid, like 5 years old. So I had to watch Jurassic Park, The Lost World. Is one that I watch time and time again. And the ones that you will have in Spanish is because you recorded them from the TV. VHS was amazing to get piracy. It was the best way. You just tune, you get the whole movie, it's over. It's wonderful. So I had access to a lot of movies, but I had to watch them on English, and I didn't understand shit.
Mm.
Like really, I didn't understand shit. Then one day, my cousin sets up Pokemon Blue no, sorry, Pokemon Yellow emulation on my grandfather's Pentium 1 PC.
Mm.
Yeah, this is old. Okay, I'm trying to play, and I'm understanding bits and pieces, just bits and pieces. Then I watch my homework. I have to do 10 verbs on English for the next day, and I just copy Pokemon attacks. You know, to lick, to bite, to tackle, to just added two before the attack, and that was it. It was one word. It's a verb. That's my mindset at the moment, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's one way of doing it. Yeah.
I decide that I will keep going with English as long as I don't have to study it. Then I become a fan of anime. I get into Japanese. I learn Japanese, and at the side I keep learning English just by randomly picking up words and bits and pieces here and there.
So famously, there are a lot of people around the world claim that they learned English in the 60s and 70s from listening to things like Beatles records.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they became so popular, groups like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and English groups, that people in countries all around the world listen to that much, and they eventually learn English because of those lyrics.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's something like that, because I'm almost lost at one point without understanding really what I'm seeing on Mr. Bean, on Doctor Who, on Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So there's this new version of English open to me at one point, the British English. I try to understand it. I try to properly speak it. At one point, it was like, okay, this is British English. It works. You just need to handle these words. Instead of garbage, they will tell you the rubbish and things like that. So you have to pick up whatever they are saying and trying to translate it to English, to American English, to... Somehow my brain just started working on that, and now I understand jive. That is something that I'm proud of, because jive is fucking hard. And
especially in the film Airplane, you needed a translator.
Yeah, I love the old lady speaking jive.
I speak jive.
Yes. Oh, I speak jive.
Yeah.
That's
just one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah, bro was going on.
Manowar 665, neighbor of the beast, says, "Silly English knights.
Niggets. Now go away, or I shall taunt you.
Taunt you a second time.
I told you.
Your mother was
a
hamster.
Your mother was a hamster.
Smell of elderberries."
That's right.
What a silly man.
That movie...
we can do that all day. We can do that all day.
Yes, that movie made me understand finally.
Lancelot Galahad and I will jump from with the bunny, and then maybe if we constructed a large wooden badger.
That rabbit's vicious. It's a killer.
Over there, cut its head off. Rabbit stew coming up.
What's your favorite color? Red? No, blue.
1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3.
That's right. Bring up the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
I used to know that entire thing. And the orangutans and the breakfast cereals. And,
Yeah, see, you've gone down the rabbit hole now, Pablo, by mentioning Python, because we're never going to get off Python now.
Dude, I love Python. I
Do you know
really
what
love Python.
you
And
know what I liked about those films, and I saw them all at the cinema?
noise.
There was always an accompanying short film which at first appeared to be normal, but it turned out to be a Python short.
The meaning of
So,
life was great because of that, because the
yeah,
short is integrated in the rest of the movie at a point that you didn't
at a
even.
certain point later,
Yes.
yeah. So the one that was with Life of Brian was a tourist film about travel. And it starts off with, and here are the beautiful gondolas in Venice. And now we go to Bulgaria, where the simple dancing girls are actually a front for a communist inspired plot to take over the world. And now it's back to Venice, where there's more fucking gondolas. And so the first 10 minutes of this is normal, and then the Python creeps in.
Yes. And that's maybe the wonderful part of Python. You never knew the moment they were doing the joke. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, in the life of Brian, at the end, you get Brian in the
Yeah.
cross, and you will expect something, a little sad, a little, and they start singing.
Yeah.
Always
even
look
even
at the bright side
That's
of
right.
life.
I'm Brian, and so is my wife. But
Yes.
even the credits, like if you watch the opening and closing credits of Holy Grail, they're hilarious.
Holy Grail was made thanks
Yeah.
to Ecuador. Is all I can say. It was
Yeah.
made by 40 Ecuadorian alpacas.
Llamas. Yeah, alpacas.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So the credits are full of that stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
All the llama stuff at the end, all about the llamas, the dancing llamas, but the beginning where they run out of money in the opening credits, and it ends
Yes.
up with just this cartoon type thing going on, or 8mm, because they've got no money.
We sacked the one
and then-
doing the subtitles. Then we sacked the one responsible for sacking the one doing the subtitles.
That's right, yeah. And
And
then there's
moose.
something about Finland and the pleasures of the dance or something, or it's just Finnish folk
And
music
moose.
or something. Yeah. And there's that attention to detail. They didn't just make the film; they added all this other stuff on.
The
into
film
it,
wasn't even supposed to be a film, and that's the point. The Holy Grail was a bunch of sketches that they had. They were doing a bunch of comedy in theater, and they had
Mhm.
these small bits and pieces. And
Yeah.
at one point, someone says, this is enough to do a movie. But they
Yeah.
didn't have a plot.
No, it isn't.
They
Oh
had
no, it isn't.
yeah, they had enough to do a movie, but they didn't have a plot. So it's the sketches, and the ending is that way. Is the police coming and
Well,
arresting them because
You
they
can
don't.
tell
Yeah.
they've stitched it together with the detective following the killings. And that was the bit at the end with all the big crowd was filmed in Scotland. Actually, it's where they've got them all running down the hillside, and then the police come in and arrest them.
Yes.
It's- yeah, but the short movies that they made, like the one with Meaning of Life, was the Crimson Permanent Assurance,
Yes.
where it's very Terry Gilliam. The insurance company breaks away from and sails out of the city, and then they start raiding all the other corporations.
Yes, and then you have the scene where they are properly discussing the meaning of life. The guy is, first, people don't wear enough hats. Also, people get distracted by completely
does.
meaningless things on life. And the other guy goes, "What's about hats?" That's perfect. And then the
That's right,
crimes company comes and attacks the building.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So then the Python actors start showing up towards the end of that one in the boardroom. It's Pythons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eric, when did you get it? I mean, you clearly know your Monty Python, but when did you get into that stuff?
Okay,
You
I
clearly
got
know
into Monty Python, let's say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And, there was a bunch of instances of Monty Python humor here and there, and some references even in Doctor Who. So I wanted to know where this comes from, and I'm just starting with Doctor Who. Mr. Bean is something that we actually played here in Ecuador. And
Yeah.
Nick Weiser is here.
And what about hey Nick?
Hey,
Hey.
hey. How you guys doing?
How are you, Nick? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday indeed.
Nick's
Hey.
not showing us. Nick's not showing us what he's doing because he's wearing an apron.
Jesus,
He's doing housework. He's got a fluffy stick and an apron.
practicing his Ronnie James Dio in the mirror.
That's right. Yeah.
I was just doing some housework, very responsible stuff, and then I had a whole giant bowl of waffle crisp right after.
Why am I not surprised?
And then I was taking care of the chinchilla, then I read a Power Rangers comic book, and then I'm like, oh crud, I gotta straighten up the dishes. So I did the dishes and I came on up in
You
here.
have a chinchilla.
I do, dude.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, you never know when you might be hungry, eh? You never know when you might be hungry.
No, that's an enchilada.
Fits in the microwave very nicely. So we were just talking about Monty Python. And Eric, when did you get into Monty Python?
I believe it's been a part of my life all my life. I'm a child of the 70s, and my grandfather is from Kerry, Ireland, and he used to watch a public broadcasting, PBS,
Oh yeah.
and because they would replay all like BBC shows. And he was a kid during World War II. He had a victory garden in every house he had. And so I've grown up with Benny Hill and with Monty Python.
Oh, Benny Hill.
And
Benny Hill was so funny.
and just like and All Creatures Great and Small, just some BBC stock stuff, and
Yeah.
and Doctor Who, old. And I mean, just those are Sundays. There was always like
Nice.
3 hours of Doctor Who on every Sunday, and
Lovely.
so Sunday was like the big day for BBC shows, and then like Masterpiece Theater, they would have broadcasts of rebroadcasts of their big shows. I remember Cadfile.
Yeah.
That was
Oh yeah.
that was an amazing show.
Yeah. Derek Jacobi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek Jacobi. Yeah.
Probably he plays
Have
an
you ever-
evil detective.
Have you guys ever seen I, Claudius?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
Derek
Christ, I
Jacobi.
remember
Just
that.
fantastic. I've got the box set
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
here.
Ooh,
Love that.
box
Love it.
sets.
I was a
It's
child,
great.
and I saw that scene with the pregnant woman tied up. I remember
John Hurt.
that
Yeah.
was getting cut open. That was
John Hurt
a
playing Caligula.
horrific scene, and that was like on PBS
I
on
know.
prime time too. And there were warnings.
That's just
and
daily life for
everything.
Nick, though. Of course, that's.
John Hurt.
Yeah, when you're into metal, you're obviously a Satanist, so
Yeah, I wake up, dude. I wake up. It's 5 a.m. and I just decide, I'm gonna put on Death Angel at 5 a.m. and it's on like Donkey Kong from 5 a.m. till whenever I go to bed, whether it's 10 p.m., 1 a.m., or being up for 24 hours straight hours after.
That's why the neighbors love him so much.
Hail
No,
Satan!
my neighbors are actually awesome. I must say, I'm very lucky.
Instead of talk, 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 talk.
Yeah.
Turn down the volume.
Hey.
Talk, 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 talk.
Oh
You're
god,
the
Bring
best.
it up.
Blood dripping through the ceiling. We can cut it
I'm
You know
a
off.
the
first
bit-
floor guy on purpose.
The best neighbors you can ever have are deaf people. Because you can do what you like. Play whatever you want, as loud as you like. Yeah, that's the best neighbors you can ever have. So make sure before you buy a house, you talk to the neighbors, and if they go, then
Okay,
Manowar
let me.
665 brings up The Prisoner. I remember The Prisoner from before
Oh,
when I was a
great show.
child too. I remember
Oh, I
hopping on
need
the
to watch.
couch because I was playing Kosho, which was the martial art on the village, and it had a lot of jumping around. And I was just remember getting yelled at by my grandmother because I'm jumping up and down on the couch, and I'm just like playing The Prisoner. Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
watch The Prisoner, and the fact that
oh, it's great.
there was a full review done in NASA's channel, and I still haven't seen it.
Mhm.
But it is difficult to get. The Prisoner is
It's on
difficult.
Amazon Prime. If you had Surfshark and a VPN, you too could watch. That's my midnight.
Yes, who would have such a thing?
I need to generate the revenue to be able to get that proper VPN. Yeah.
If you get a 2-year subscription, I watch a lot of that.
So
show.
the Prisoner is a truly and I mean this in a good way because normally I wouldn't. The Prisoner's a truly intellectual show.
Mm.
Patrick McGowan and the producers set out to make something that was actually mentally challenging, not just another show, and without being pretentious about it though, because it was still entertaining. They made you, it was like full of really great themes about freedom and so on. It's just fantastic. It's a masterpiece,
I gotta watch it.
and it's a masterpiece.
Oh,
I need to watch it. I've not seen it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's mind bending and its ideas,
It's free on
Oh,
Amazon Prime
mind-bending.
if you have Amazon Prime.
Yes.
You can watch it. Yeah.
I got
Yeah,
Amazon Prime.
I mean, and then
all
clearly it's made
17
in the
episodes.
'60s, but it was filmed in color, so it was a color show, and it was filmed in that beautiful village, like Port Merion, which
Mhm.
you can visit in Wales. It's an actual village.
Gosh,
where they
yeah, it's
filmed
a
it.
real place.
And it was just all about freedom and big government, and it was way ahead of its time.
It inspired so many shows like Twin Peaks and Lost, and even The Good
Mhm.
Place. If you ever seen CBS's comedy, The Good Place,
No.
it's about heaven and
that Ted Danson thing. Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
then,
seen
yeah.
it, no.
okay. Is
And
the
it's
one
like-
that they are trying to get into heaven?
Yes, and
Yes.
the four of them, and they're trapped in this village, and it's like The Prisoner. I mean, like storefronts and architecture and like just like the way that the little village is set up. It's a complete ripoff. It's wonderful.
It's probably deliberate, yeah. That could be because it's a very distinctive visual style the Prisoner had, very otherworldly. And it was that village was built by some crazy eccentric rich person who wanted some neoclassical Roman style or Greco-Roman style village. And
Okay.
the thing I liked about it as well, in retrospect, because at the time I watched The Prisoner. I was pretty young, but I didn't see the show before it, which was called Danger Man. Patrick McGowan played a character called Danger Man for years. It was like a spy thing on British television. And so this was meant to be the same character. So when you see at the beginning of The Prisoner, he's throwing his resignation down on someone's table and whatever, that was meant to be him resigning from this Secret Service
Nice.
thing. And that's why they snatch him up to get information out of him, but he doesn't know who's snatching him up. So he was in effect
Right.
subverting the character he'd played for years.
What side are you on?
What
That
side am I on?
Would be telling.
Sorry. Oh yeah,
Every,
yeah. That's
every
right. Yeah.
opening, they had the same opening on every episode. You had
Yeah.
The prisoner. He does. If his name, what's his name? Is it important? It just has a number, and he refuses to wear his
number 6.
badge. He refuses his identity that they're trying to foist upon him.
Yeah,
I am not a
number.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
I will not be filed, stamped, indexed, etc. Yeah, but it was subverting his Danger Man character that he'd played for years, and taking it into a whole new level.
No, I really had to watch it.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think
not
that's some great-
necessarily a sequel. We never know if
It's
that's a Drake, the spy of the original first show. It's
yeah,
never
that's a
ever. It's just an elusive tangent.
That's right.
That it's suggested. that
Manowar
could
It
says-
may or may not be him. It may or may not be the same character. You don't know. It's a similar character.
Manowar
Danger
says
Man
that
was-
the prisoner is. Oh no, Danger Man is next on his list. So
Ooh,
I-
nice.
and I must admit, I've not seen a lot of Danger Man because it was a little before my time, and they never really repeated it through the years, So I could probably have picked it up on DVD these days, but and it was more of a conventional show. It was in black and white, and it was half an hour long, whatever.
And,
Same time as the Avengers, I guess. I think the Avengers was probably a better show, though.
yeah, but these
You know,
were the
they-
TV versions of its big movie contemporary at the time was
Yeah.
James Bond and Sean
That's right.
Connery in the
Yeah.
early 1960s. So these were its
Yeah.
TV counterparts. So, Patrick McGowan was a James Bond level, but on the TV. You know what I mean? He was
And-
international, man.
And he was occasionally touted as a future James Bond, but he didn't go in that direction.
What?
Yeah,
Mhm.
McGowan was a very popular actor back in those days, and then he kind of disappeared for a few years, and then he turned up as Edward the First, the Hammer of the
Yeah,
Scots,
the
brave
Longshanks.
Scotland, my land.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
Got me sold. And I
Oh,
got
you'd love it,
Prime.
Nick. It's
man.
unlike many '60s shows. Yes, it's dated a bit, but it hasn't really dated that much because
Mhm.
it was kind of out of the bubble anyway. It was in its
Hi,
own
Marty.
world.
Yeah, hi
Is
Moira.
that Mark D? Oh, Moira's here. Good.
And
Cool.
just to let you know, if you do watch the show, as an RMB, they alternate their channels. So if you're looking in their archives and you're watching show for show with them in sequence, so it's gonna be on every other channel if you follow along at home. I watched
I'll
them.
try.
That was a wonderful experience to share.
I
that with
consider myself
everyone.
very lucky to have been a kid in the '60s, to have grown up watching live shows like The Prisoner and Doctor Who and The Avengers and UFO and then all those puppet shows like Thunderbirds. I loved all that stuff, and I was only 6, 7, 8 years old, and I was into all this. It
I
was
know
great.
about Thunderbirds, but I don't know why.
It was pretty
little puppets
in various countries. Yeah, that's puppet Jerry Anderson. He did all these puppet shows. So
Stop
Thunderbirds.
motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were actual puppets like Team America.
Oh, God, I love that.
Well, Team America is a special kind of puppets, you know.
This is
Yeah,
my
that-
Team America.
That really is Team America.
That's right.
Promise me that
Thunderbirds,
you will never die.
Oh man, what a movie!
Have you
Team
ever seen a
America?
man eat his own head?
You haven't seen everything.
But that was very, very like. I'm sure the guys, the South Park guys, or whoever made that, it was the South Park guys that made Team America, wasn't it? They must have seen Thunderbirds. It was a puppet-based show, science fiction, brilliant. And then they made a series of them, Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, and they were all and the models were fantastic. Like beautiful detailed model work. If you've ever seen Space 1999 or UFO, they were live action shows by Jerry Anderson featuring the same model work but with live actors instead of puppets. But the puppet ones are great fun. Really good sets and the model work was just the best ever.
The eagle is on my Eagle Moss list, or RMB has suggested a beautiful eagles. It's actually there's 5-inch eagles. These little eagles are just amazing reproductions.
I had one of those when I was in the '70s, a Space 1999 Eagle model, 5-inch one. It was beautiful. I love that spaceship. Probably the best thing in the show.
Yeah. Oh, and the orange spacesuits too. So it was like it looked real, or ended up being real.
Yeah, those are all on Amazon Prime now, so you can watch them all. It's pretty good. And there's some great guest stars in it, like Ian McShane and people. Sorry, Pablo, I'm taking over. Yeah, the guest stars on those shows were great. Like Ian McShane's in the second episode. There's all sorts of famous guest stars in it.
Dude.
But yeah, great shows. But the '60s stuff was brilliant. There was even shows I remember now that I might actually make a couple of videos about. There was a show called The Champions, which was 3 people who kind of got superpowers, and they were agents for some UN organization and set in Geneva. But they weren't like superpowers. They could kind of do a little bit of stuff, but really good show. They just made some clever stuff then.
Dude, I gotta make a list and you gotta make the reviews. Trust me.
I'm gonna do some of those.
This show sounds amazing. And
I got a bunch of shows I do want to talk about, and it takes me so long to make these videos though.
Okay, for example,
Nick will know what it's
you guys know about English shows, right? I, for instance, know about anime and such. With all that, I bet between every single one of us, we can get enough entertainment that we have seen to last each other's life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. That's a beauty. Between now and even 10 years ago, 20, 30, dude, we are set for life. If there's somehow nothing that comes our way, like if we get anything that comes our way that's good, I guess you could consider a big fat bonus. But dude, this is I've said on many streams to many friends. If there's all these shows, these movies that we've been always intending to watch, but life just kind of happened. You just there's always those few things and you miss. This is the time to finally look at those things and be like, okay, what did I miss out on?
For example, if you like animation, Letis is here. Hello, man. If you want animation, if you haven't seen every single bit of US animation, Space Monkeys is a great show. It's an amazing show. It's about a group of chimpanzee and other monkeys that were experimented on Earth and sent into space. And they are just adrift on space on this spaceship that actually transforms into a kind of robot. It's weird. It's amazing. Pirates of the Black Waters, another great show. And I have a character just in my wall, the flying monkey there is from that show.
Ah, cool, dude. Nice.
And in Japanese animation, you have Bandred, you have a Cowboy Bebop, if you like a little bit more noir style, because there's yes, there's an anime called Scryte. And we lost that 70s rock fan.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
We really just said that, Eric. Go on, Pablo.
No, man. Only in animes about the space, you have Macross, you have Excel Gear. Yes. You have basically everything that comes from the Robotech universe. Because there's a bunch
I just bought 2 Valkyries.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, I got Max and Miria's red and blue VF1Js. Yeah. They were $55 American a piece, and it's RMB and as is not their fault, but it's hard to watch their show and not spend money.
I know.
Oh.
That 70 says that his computer crashed. No worries, man. If you can...
It was because it was peeking up your shorts, dude. The majestic awesomeness of your undercarriage. We peaked.
Dude. Oh man.
Nick, did you catch that part? We can see it. 70s rock fans short. You just gotta he's shorts. It was
That's live television, man.
It's warm in Canada.
Lordy. Oh lordy.
It's warm in British Columbia right now.
It's actually pretty nice over here. I'm in you ever see the movie Groundhog Day?
Yes.
It takes place in Woodstock, Illinois. That's a town I'm in. And I'm in the Groundhog Day town. So this is a great movie, like outstanding comedy. I'm in the Bill Murray town. So
just tell me if you ever see a guy dying once and again and again and again and again.
I'm waiting. I'm by the square, dude. I'm a few minutes from the Woodstock Square of the area, and we got that. We got the Dick Tracy Museum too. Yeah, Dick Tracy Museum, dude. It's out this way. Yeah,
that sounds epic.
I know, right?
Watched that movie recently. That movie holds up.
What?
That movie is powerfully good still. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Warren Beatty did not do a bad job. Yeah, the colors are so vibrant. Man.
I gotta watch it again, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's a scene between James Caan and Al Pacino. They're gangsters and they're different, but you catch yourself and you're like, shit, that's Sonny and Mikey. They're like sharing the screen for the first time since The Godfather, like this. Like you just it's a cinema moment. You're like, oh wow.
Okay, I don't know how's your view on The Godfather, because for me, 1 and 2 are amazing movies. Just amazing movies.
Of course.
3,
no one's gonna disagree on that.
3 is a garbage fire.
Oh,
Three
well,
is
yeah,
like the
no one's
Last
gonna disagree
Jedi.
on that too. It's its own Last Jedi, which ended up being the last and stayed the last. God, it's a good thing the Godfather didn't come out now, because if it was a
Yes.
brand new franchise out, you're like, okay, we're either gonna reboot this franchise, A, or B, they'll do like a spin-off that takes place like before the third movie or something like that, or yeah, they would do everything to keep that franchise going. I say that now. Watch, I'm gonna
And
talk about
Coppola's
rebooting it
daughter
next
will
week.
be the hero of the day.
Yup.
The only one that
Yeah.
doesn't know how to act, that's the main character.
The
Trust me.
alternate universe where Sofia Coppola's character survived her wounds and became the new Donna
The
of the
godmother.
Corleone family. And
I
you know
hope
it's
no
gonna
one
just
on.
have issues and agendas.
Yes.
Dude.
That will be destroying the patriarchy.
Yay.
Literally the
Yeah, exactly. What better way to take down the patriarchy than
Please
to
don't.
yeah. Next, you know what I want to see get canceled is Warner Brothers, because the name itself is just reeks of patriarchy. Can't you do better, Warner Brothers?
Warner
Come
Sisters.
on, do better. Do better. God,
better.
that's the most repetitive shit ever.
Yes.
Do better.
Just do better, Warner Brothers. You could just be Warner, but you gotta like, what's with your like male toxicity in your title?
I
You
have
know.
I have a simple rule at that. If I'm not working for you or fucking you, you cannot say me that I need to do better.
Dude, I love being a toxic male.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
no,
only two
it's-
instances where you
amazing.
can tell me I'm doing things wrong and I will actually pay you attention. If you
Mhm.
tell me I'm doing things wrong while I work for you, I will try to make better because you know what? I want to earn money. If I'm fucking you and you tell me that I need to do things better, I will try because I don't want you both mouthing me for the rest of my life. Other than that, I have no reason to do better if you tell me to do better because currently I'm doing enough.
Mhm.
Dude, it's god. It once it's there's these comments, these scripted statements that we see from, well, not just from those organizations, but pretty much all of them, where it's a news media outlet or another different movie. So even in music too, like anytime it says a sliver's thing, or even if they find something from 10 years ago, which is like has no matter of relevancy, it's just like, who fucking cares? I mean, everyone has said something stupid at least once or twice. And most of the time, like 95% of the time, it was probably just a harmless joke that just happened to reek of edgelordness, which is great for me.
And also, there's another point
Wow.
that you can make. By the way, see you soon, that 70s rock fan. Thanks for
Later,
coming back.
buddy. Thanks for hanging out.
Good to hang
There's
out with
this
you.
kind
We
of
did not look at your nuts. We didn't do it.
there's this mindset where you have to fix things from the past. Most things that have happened in the past happen not because you wanted them, because it just happens. You know, if you are in a party and you are piece of drunk and get into a fight, you should not be apologizing for that fight 20 years in advance, you know?
Not at all. Like, really, it's a fucking. We've all been to those. We've all been to those fights. If you're gonna say you never had a fight, you either had absolutely no life to a point where you were, what's the word here, sheltered. You were hardcore
Exactly.
sheltered, and if you weren't fighting, man, you weren't living. I'm just saying. I'm not saying to advocate for a fight right now, but dude, some of the funniest nights and definitely not so funnest nights involved some memorable fight. I mean,
Yes.
God. I remember when Pepperidge Farm style, dude, like some fights I've been in, whether it was at a Halloween party or at some bar. There's been some great epic behavior, Charlie Sheen partying like Charlie Sheen style type of nights that have involved a fight or two. But you know what? I look back and I'm like, okay,
Yes.
well, I lived that moment. It is what it is. Some of it I'm happy with, some of it I'm definitely not. And you just move on. Just don't think about it. Put it behind you.
And part of that mindset that I really dislike is you actually have to get a punch in your face once in a while if you want to properly be able to take a punch. And life will not help the punches. I can help the punches, and let's say you just came out as trans, and you are 33 flavors of Nick Weiser because the other flavor is cock. And
Go on.
in that situation, yeah, there's a bunch of people that will be against you. There are a bunch of people that will be in favor of you. You are still you, and you will keep living your life, the rest of your life, as 33 flavors of Nick Weiser. If you can take the punch, then every time someone wants to punch you, you will run. Will that make you feel that you are living as 33 flavors? Or will you be 31 flavors because you are taking out 2 balls out of the equation?
Oh God, how do I answer this? I mean, no matter what happens, I'll find a way to stay pumped and stay full of flavor. So I'm gonna, for comedy's sake, I'm gonna be all the flavors. I will not go down to 31. I will always be 32
Saruman
and
of all the
above.
flavors.
Nah, dude, my flavors don't die.
That's the point. Sometimes life just comes and slaps you silly, and maybe the people that you thought will be there for you, they are in their own troubles. They may be in their own fucked up situations, so they cannot take care of you. You have to take care of you. At that point, there's nothing else you can do. You cannot even complain. Complaining works for, your fries are cold, or your burger is not done well enough. You can complain. That is something that you can say, no man, this is fucking shit. If it's life happening, just happening, okay, asteroid is coming to the Earth. Who's the manager of space to make a complaint? There's none.
Yeah, there's no HR. There's none of these other weird social media outlets where you can go and cry your diary away to the world. Back then, I mean, God, nowadays I almost wish. Don't get me wrong, I love that we have this technology that we can all do this together as a panel here. But man, sometimes if there's one aspect of like the Twitter, Facebook, social media that would be nice is to not have it around, just so people would just take their little grievances on their little diaries rather than air it out to the world, so they can write, "Dear diary, my feelings were hurt today."
I just want to see if one of these assholes starts, Dear diary, I want a motorcycle. Oh wait, that's Santa. Also,
Dear
Manowar
diary,
just noticed
life is
that
sweet.
the dog from StreamYards is Bruce Lee right now.
Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight?
Oh, dude, the yellow,
Take another life. Take another life.
Oh man,
Nicely spotted, man.
You-
I love it.
Bruce Lee.
Everything
Bruce Lee
starts
is
at Wing Chun.
Yeah, Bruce Lee is a great example of how determination and hard work is necessary even if people is willing to give you something, because at one point Bruce Lee could have asked for anything he wanted. Instead, he was working on his demons.
Yeah, and look where it brought him, straight to the motherfucking top, dude.
Yep.
Straight to the top, and it's not even close. The other guys can get to that man, and he didn't downplay his life on race. And I'm so impressed, guys. He just said, "You know what? I'm gonna kick everyone's ass, and it's gonna be great."
He came
Okay,
out
did
of
you-
China after the British colonization era.
Mm-hmm.
He was fucked up because people in America didn't want him. People on China didn't want him. People in Africa didn't want him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, at that point, what else can you say? What else can you do? Just keep going. and he kept going and going and going and going, and he's a staple of cinema, of pop culture, of everything.
Oh yeah, and dude, and he rose to the top. He removed all those crappy garbage excuses, and he just went for it. And now we look back at him, not just because of the age of quote unquote diversity, but dude, even when I was okay, so I'm 34. I'm going to be 34 in a few months. When I was 10, my brother was 9, and my brother was like 3. We were all fans of Bruce Lee. We didn't look at him like, oh no, his skin don't match mine. I don't see myself in that. We just say, hey, look at this guy. This guy kicks ass. This is badass. We were just like, this guy's cool as fuck. So we didn't care that he didn't look like us. We just thought this guy's awesome. We wanted to be him. Even if he didn't look like us. We wanted to be Bruce Lee. How could you not want to be?
And that's,
God, I want to be Bruce Lee now. Sorry, I'm excited.
That's something that I say a lot here. I grew up watching Superman, watching Spider-Man. I grew up with movies and cartoons and comic books that none of the characters were ever my skin tone. You know? And I didn't care. I never ever cared. When I was playing to be Luke Skywalker, I was Luke Skywalker. When I was playing to be Kirk, I was Kirk. There was not an inkling of me saying I look different, because what matters is the way you act, the way you do things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This mentality where you had to have someone look like you in order to see yourself like accomplish things is a very limiting mindset.
Yes.
Like how why do you want to set yourself back that much that you need to wait for someone to look like you in order to better yourself? That's a problem, because what if someone never comes around who does look like you? You're just gonna sit there and be a fucking couch potato sucking on your thumb? Fuck out of here with that shit. Miss me with that.
Okay, how about here in Ecuador, one of the sports that is really, let's say, important is box. And if you go to Concentración Ecuatoriana de Boxing, I don't know how to translate it to English, but it's a place where you go to train as a boxer. If you go there,
I follow.
A lot of the kids are black, because you know they actually like movies like Creed, but also before they loved, and I mean loved, Rocky.
Of course, dude. That was a cultural icon, man.
You go to the place, to la Concentración Ecuatoriana de Boxing, and you see Rocky as a huge ass poster in the entrance. Why? Because it's Rocky.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali was like, I'm an ordained minister. I'm a spiritual person.
Yes.
Who gave me my awakening moment? You don't show up at a seminary and say you want to be a man of God because it's going to be a good career. No. But you have that awakening moment. And I did. And it was after watching the movie When We Were Kings, the documentary of Muhammad Ali, the Rumble in the, going to Zaire and getting, the championship back from George Foreman.
Yes.
And no one thought that Ali would win. And it's a wonderful movie. It won an Oscar for best documentary, and it just filled me up with purpose and some like, wow, look at that guy. He's like me. He's like this spark plug, the mouth, but still, like I acknowledge that spirit, and he had a vocabulary for it, and he and he's like, how can George Foreman beat me? I got God on my side. I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah.
Dude, right?
Yeah. Muhammad Ali, what? I'm not supposed to identify with Muhammad Ali? I'm
Yeah,
not
what?
buying
Like,
that.
what
I'm
living
not buying
mindset
that.
is that, dude? I
Yeah.
see back when heavyweights were actually heavyweights and they were hard ass fighters. Nowadays, you gotta look at like the lighter guys because they're all fast and coming out crazy. But during like what I like to call the golden ages of the heavyweights, the Joe Lewis, the Joe Frazier, I meant to say Joe Frazier, George Foreman. Of course, you got Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson. Once again, all dominantly black men and kick ass black men. God, dude, I remember my mind being blown by these guys. I'm like, man, how these guys just hit each other? They still keep going. It blew my mind, and I loved it. I wanted to hit hard like Mike Tyson. I'm like, God, that's awesome. And then Ali with his catchy ass catchphrase, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Oh man.
That's
God.
still used.
He had us humming those quotes, man. We love
So
even
much
God, if you want to get into black comedy, Barbershop, next Friday. God, timeless. See, and that shows you once again, they weren't just being portrayed as thugs. They were just having funny ass lives as well with the
Yes.
barbershops of the world. And of course you have Eddie Murphy and all his great comedies way
Ooh,
back in
Eddie
the
Murphy was
freaking
the best.
80s. The top, he was top tier. And then, of course,
Oh.
shall we go even further with Dave Chappelle, the edgelord of them all? I'm just saying, like, and these we're talking all these guys who've been doing this for anywhere between 20 and 30 years, and now you're gonna tell me that those guys they got by in the system that holds them down, bro. Look at they went out there and they busted their ass, and there's a reason they're at the top because they worked for it, not by their skin color.
For Muhammad Ali, for example, society was actually holding him down. That
Mhm.
was a real time where society was
Yeah.
holding him down.
Oh yeah, for Ali,
And-
yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
And he broke everything punching the wall. He literally
Mhm.
punched the wall out of this mindset of bigotry. He blew the lid off completely. And if you see the amount of sportsmen in every single sport, black people on sports ramped up after Muhammad Ali.
Oh, of course. How could you not? Seriously, like he left such a gold standard.
Yeah.
Like if you want to like get into the heavyweight division or even the smaller division, you look and see what that man did. He laid out a beautiful blueprint of how to be a fighter, and that's why still to this day people talk about it. Whether it's between the fighters or just fans, they look at his fights. Even though he lost 2 out of 3 to Joe Louis before he passed on still calls Ali the greatest for a reason because he just was. You're
Also-
telling me that Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Muhammad Ali took over the sports and somehow they didn't. Once again, I'm now just getting repetitive here, but these men didn't let their skin define being set back. These are all men who dominated these sports. And if you even want to go with baseball, I mean, or obviously football, I mean, obviously, since I'm in Illinois, there was a time where in the 80s, the Bears were unstoppable. They had a 15-1 record. Even if you don't know football, you can know that's an impressive record. To have 15 wins and 1 loss to win a Super Bowl, dominantly black men. And they kicked ass. They were monsters on the field. And they didn't care. They just went out there and kicked some ass and took names. And people loved them. Dude, I lived in Chicago when Michael Jordan was the big thing. There's the venue that played was called United Center, which they still play to this day, but that's neither here nor there. But in that neighborhood, everyone loved Michael Jordan. It didn't matter who
People
you
in
were, what
Ecuador-
you looked like.
People in Ecuador love the whole team, the whole Bulls. You know,
Mhm.
I had the hat with the Bulls logo, the jersey with the Bulls logo,
Yeah.
because Michael Jordan. And we are a country that doesn't even play that much basket. But Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan.
Right? No, and that's the thing. Everyone loved it. People who didn't like basketball loved watching that man play. They loved and I'm glad you mentioned the team because I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, Jordan was incredible, but he also had a great team to lead him or for him to lead as well.
Chicago
You had
Bulls.
Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Bill Wennington, Ron Harper, Tony Kukoc, and they had a great coach with Phil Jackson. There's a reason why they won 6 championships in the 90s. And on top of it, they were 72-10 in 96. I'll tell you what, man, living by the United Center that year when they were 72-10, man, those neighborhoods were loud, and it was a beautiful sight because I was only 9 when they were 72-10. It was like a 1 week celebration. So it was golden age because at that time I had the 72-10 Bulls, and I lived by the stack of cars that was in the Wayne's World movie that they were passing by when they were rocking out. So I was living the dream world at 9 years old.
That's something that happened here in Ecuador with El Team Delgado. He's a soccer player. He became huge. He became so huge that every single kid in Ecuador wanted to be El Team Delgado and score as El Team Delgado. And anybody care about him being black? Nobody cared.
No one. Even Jordan himself, because people were trying to get him to endorse political candidates. And he just, hey, dude, look, there's the other side of the party. They buy my shoes too. That is the perfect way of wording that statement without causing any division. You just say, hey, look, I got people who like my shoes too. I'm not going to push them away. And he didn't. And that was awesome because he could have honestly taken the hit because he's at the point where he has FU money.
Yes.
He's at that point. But he just said, nope, I'm going to stick for this crowd. And he did. And I will always respect that about him.
Where I live in Boston has a reputation of being one of the racist cities of the North. And do you know who the face of my city is? David Ortiz, a Dominican black man.
There you go.
Big Poppy. This is our fucking city. This is what he said. Yeah, that was after the marathon bombing. But yeah, he said that on network television, live. They didn't have time to beep it. You can look it up on YouTube.
Oh, see, now I'm gonna look that up. That's great. Yeah. I could see him doing that too. I could totally see it.
In his chest, and he's got an accent, and that's okay because he's that's Big Poppy. He's the face of my city. Yeah, that's true.
That's
also
a wonderful face to represent.
And just in a different arena, I grew up, worshiping comedians like Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy. And I can mimicry all 3 of those men. And I've memorized their bits. But guess what? I can get in trouble if I did that. If you do that out loud. You know what I mean? If I did the Eddie Murphy voice.
Yes.
If I did my Richard Pryor voice. I can do mimicry. I love Eddie Murphy. Just the way he does the stage and
his Chris comedy Rock. And his music, man. What a performer!
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a series that you will see every single day in Ecuador.
What a show!
But my heroes, some of my comedic heroes are black men and Spanish men, like Cheech Marin, Ricardo Marin. Yep. Oh, I love Cheech. Cheech gave me I was talking Spanish with Pablo earlier. Cheech gave me my accent. I'm a chef and I speak Spanish with my Central American crew. Oh, okay, onda. Ay. So this is
all right, guys.
Yeah, Nick, wait a second because we are wrapping up.
Talk to me.
We are wrapping up actually because we are on the 2 hours mark. So yeah, let's enough. Let me get into a way that I can properly handle this. Okay, let's go first. Eric O'Sullivan.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Eric O'Sullivan. You might remember me from other chats and other places where we all met in the first place. And I have a YouTube station too. I make cooking videos. I can teach you how to cook something. Yeah, come on by, subscribe. And you know what? While you're here, smash Pablo's like button. He's ticklish. You'll make him giggle. Thank you so much. Over to you, Nick.
Oh
Okay.
yes, it's all
Oh,
me. Hello,
Nick.
all. Hey, dude, it was awesome. Just nice to have a random small talk conversation with you guys
Yes.
and that '70s rock fan. It's nice to just have it, where it's just like, oh hey, look what these guys are doing. I guess I'll just hop in for a bit. So no, it was awesome to chat, talk, culture in all aspects of the world, and how race didn't really, I guess you could say, warp our ways. This was a fun conversation, but in case anyone's listening that's not sub to me, seems like we have a lot of the same people, but just in case you're not, maybe you should double check just in case, because YouTube has been after me and I'm not gonna stop. So, like D. Snyder said, we're not gonna take it. Okay, I'll stop now. But
You
find me at Nick Weiser. Thank you all. It's been fun.
Speaking about YouTube, I have lost like 10 hours of watch time, which is shit.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
Pablo,
that shit.
you're 8 subscribers away from 100.
Yeah,
So
I know.
let's get Pablo up to
my
100.
my 100 video is actually about Gary's beard.
Nice. It's a good subject. The great beard in history. I was going to say on Twitter to Mrs. Nerdrotic, he's looking really good these days. It's your fault. I think she'd get a kick out of that.
I think she would get an amazing kick out of that.
Yes, I'm going to do that. He looks great. Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Geek Tropology. We are just about the 100 subs, and after the 100 subs, I will actually try to use Stream Elements and everything I can to monetize to get upgrades on my equipment and everything. But before that, I'm just chilling and messing around with a bunch of shit. This whole stream was made on OBS recording StreamYard. So yeah, it was a huge mess from the beginning, but I'm glad we finally got to have a nice talk. And yeah, come back here each Saturday. I do this podcast. It's called Progressive Park, and we are saying goodbye with the intro that will play on YouTube. So Nick and Eric, if you haven't watched that intro, please tune to YouTube, and well, see you next time.
See ya. I gotta pee. All right, I gotta pee really bad. I'm gonna go. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Nick. See you later, guys.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
It is ma'am.